The hollow moon theory. Is our moon a giant alien spacecraft? What if the moon isn't what we think it is? Not just a giant rock orbiting Earth. Not just a natural satellite, but a massive, ancient spacecraft possibly placed there on purpose. Tonight on Phenomenod, we're cracking open one of the weirdest, most mind-bending theories in fringe science and cosmic conspiracy, the hollow moon theory. And by the end of this video, you might never look at the moon the same way again. The strange idea. Let's start with the big question. Why would anyone believe the moon is hollow? This theory suggests that the moon isn't solid all the way through like scientists tell us. Instead, it may be partially or completely hollow inside. And some go even further, claiming it's not just hollow. It's artificial, as in a structure, maybe a base, maybe even a spacecraft. Sound crazy? Sure. But here's where it gets interesting. Where did this theory come from? The idea of a hollow moon has been around for decades. In the 1970s, two Soviet scientists, Mikhail Vasin and Alexander Shcherbakov, published a paper proposing that the moon might be an alien-made spaceship, disguised as a natural satellite. Their theory was that it was intentionally placed in Earth's orbit long ago by some advanced civilization. That's right, a space station, not space rock. They pointed to weird features of the moon that don't totally make sense, like how it's almost too perfect in size and placement. It's exactly the right size and distance from Earth to perfectly block out the sun during a solar eclipse. And they weren't the only ones raising questions. In the 1960s and 70s, after the Apollo missions, rumors began swirling that when NASA astronauts placed seismometers on the moon and triggered controlled explosions, the moon rang like a bell. For hours. Just to be clear, I did just say the moon rang like a bell. Now, scientists say there's a normal explanation for that, but for conspiracy theorists it sounded like one thing: a hollow shell. Strange clues that fuel the theory. Let's look at some of the other strange coincidences and claims that keep this theory alive. The moon's orbit. Unlike other moons in our solar system, ours doesn't quite behave the same way. Its orbit is almost too circular, and it's tidally locked, always showing the same face to Earth. Some say it's like it was designed that way. It's too big. Most moons orbiting planets are tiny compared to their host. Ours? It's huge. It's over a quarter the size of Earth. That's not normal. Some say it's not even possible under natural formation models. Then there's the craters. Many of the moon's craters are the same depth, no matter how wide they are. It's like something under the surface is stopping objects from penetrating too deep, like maybe a hard shell beneath a soft surface. Echoes and vibrations. That famous ringing isn't the only acoustic oddity. Some believe that strange reverberations and echoes picked up during Apollo experiments point to large internal cavities or even structures. Ancient legends. Here's where it gets really weird. Some ancient cultures have stories of a time before the moon existed. Zulu legends in Africa talk about two brothers who brought the moon to Earth and placed it in the sky. Other myths describe the moon arriving suddenly, changing the tides and weather. Were these metaphors? Or did ancient people witness something? If it's a ship, who built it? If the moon isn't natural, who made it? Some theorists believe it could be the work of an ancient spacefaring civilization, a kind of Noah's Ark, built to observe, influence, or even seed life on Earth. Others think it could be a watcher station, an enormous satellite with the ability to monitor Earth or even influence human development. Then there's the idea that the interior of the moon might still be inhabited by an advanced intelligence. Think about how little we've actually explored the moon's interior. Could there be ancient technology buried deep beneath its dusty surface? NASA, secrecy, and cover-ups. Now we get into the good stuff. Some believe NASA knows more about the moon than they're letting on. That the real reason we haven't gone back in 50 years isn't money or politics. It's because of what they found up there. There are stories, unverified but persistent, of astronauts encountering strange lights, structures, and even radio interference that suggested they weren't alone. Some insiders have claimed that entire photos from the moon landings were scrubbed or altered before being released to the public. Is it all just smoke and mirrors? Or is something being hidden? What if it's true? Let's suspend disbelief for a moment. If the moon is hollow, if it really is a spacecraft, what does that mean for us? It would change everything we thought we knew about our planet, our past, and our place in the universe. It would mean we're not alone. It would mean something, or someone is watching, or maybe waiting. Maybe the moon wasn't just placed there to light our nights. Maybe it's a part of a much larger cosmic puzzle, one we're only beginning to uncover. So, is the hollow moon theory just another far-out conspiracy? There is overwhelming evidence of hollow cavities beneath the surface, and its size and placement in the sky and perfect orbit is hard to chalk up to chance. Still, until we go back and dig deeper, we may never know. But one thing's for sure, the moon isn't just a rock in the sky. It's a mystery, one that's been with us every night of our lives. And maybe, just maybe, it's not as empty as it seems. Thanks for watching Phenomenod. If this blew your mind, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, keep looking up, because the truth might just be staring back at you.